You're watching Backstage with Ben Hall. I'm Referee Ben Hall. On today's episode, we're going to sit down with Referee Abie from the Arizona Wrestling Federation.
It's time to get funky. Backstage. Backstage with Ben Hall. It's the songbird of professional wrestling, getting funky, getting down, and getting loud with Backstage with Ben Hall. And if you want to get loud and you want to get crazy and you want to fly as high as a songbird, make sure you like and subscribe to Ben Hall's YouTube channel.
All right, this is Backstage with Ben Hall. I'm sitting here with Referee Abie from Arizona Wrestling Federation. Drove all the way out to Las Vegas. Pretty freaking awesome to have him in. So let's start. Really kind of for people who may not know you and stuff. How long have you been refereeing now?
So I've been refereeing officially about 6 months now. I've been training and working out with AWF down in Phoenix for about a little over a year, maybe about a year now. So first match about last January. So.
Nice. And what made you actually get into refereeing?
A little bit of everything. I've been a fan of wrestling forever, right? Like everybody else. So I've always watched it on TV, watched it in person. Started getting into the independent wrestling scene about 10 years ago or so. Getting up local shows in Phoenix and really enjoyed it, right? Really enjoyed the scene, really enjoyed the people. Waited a little too long, got a little too old to where I couldn't actually wrestle anymore. So I thought, the next best thing would be refereeing. I've always, kind of enjoyed refereeing anyway. I've refereed basketball and football in high school and high school sports, things like that. So it just kind of naturally carried over into a new kind of hobby.
Nice. How'd you find the AWF?
AWF has been around Phoenix for a while. It was just one of the ones that was closer to me on my side of town. There's so many companies in Phoenix, but AWF is the one that puts on the most shows regularly. So just kind of attended a lot of their shows, and they started opening up trainings, and just took the plunge and jumped in with them. And that worked out.
Yeah. How does the training work at AWF, especially for referees compared to wrestlers?
So in the beginning, it's the exact same as wrestlers. You go in, you do the same workouts. You go through the same training as any wrestler would, cardio and training and everything else. And then you kind of pivot off a little bit into a little less of the wrestling. I still sit in on full wrestler training every once or twice a week just to learn a lot of the psychology side of things, right? And how matches are put together and things like that. And then I referee probably 2 to 3 short matches a week with them. So even during the slow times when there's no shows, there's still a lot going on.
Nice. Let me see. You've worked AWF. What are some other promotions, or have you branched out any yet?
I haven't actually refed with anyone else yet. I've worked with Zealot in Phoenix a little bit, just helping out. There's kind of a good relationship between AWF and Zealot, and was hoping to work with Party Hard a little bit in Phoenix. We're doing kind of like a joint show with the three, so hoping to kind of get in on that. Just trying to get around as much as I can. I enjoy it so much, and there's a lot of opportunity just in the Southwest region, and those are the ones in Phoenix.
So we're actually breaking your cherry today.
Absolutely.
Promotion. I'm glad that we could do that. Thank you for making the drive out here to Vegas. I know Phoenix is not a close drive. I do it all the time too. I go out there for championship wrestling from Arizona and Party Hard and all that. So it's really cool to have you out here. You're the first person I was thinking of when we were looking for someone. So
jumped all over. It was a slow weekend, and we come to Vegas, 5-6 times a year. So to have something else to come for now is kind of it's a neat thing to come for.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast. I've been following you for a bit ever since we started talking. You know, not to be a creeper or anything. I know you've actually worked with quite a few Vegas talents out there, AWF, coming from FSW, such as like Damian Drake and Owen Travers and that. Any good experiences with them? What do you like about working with guys who aren't, say, AWF Arizona guys?
It's neat to get the experience of people that are been around for a little while, right, in bigger companies and things like that. You have a good time working with the local guys, but then you start working with, you can see the difference between guys that have been doing it for a year or two and guys that have been doing it for many, many years, you know, and working with like Damian Drake, the guys, it was a much different atmosphere. It's so much easier to do those matches than it is to do just like a local match. Well, they're all fun, but it's you know, it kind of got me out of being a fan and being a referee, because sometimes I just want to stop and watch, but you can't. And so working with those guys was really awesome, and it was really kind of an eye opener, and not as hard as I thought it would be.
Yeah, I actually call it the best seat in the house. It's so hard to, you know, sometimes realize that, hey, I'm a part of this, I need to go. You know, Damian Drake is one person I really, really enjoy and respect. He took me under his wing whenever I did some time at FSW first coming into this before I branched off to other training facilities. And, you know, one of my favorite moments in wrestling was a show we did for Taco Fest out for Big Valley Wrestling when he said, I would like you to be my referee. That was like a moment, because, you know, you got this guy who's been in AAA, done Impact, you know, one of the most genuinely nice guys.
Yes, absolutely.
And, you know, he's a great person to learn from. Speaking of learning from people, you know, as a referee, I know in my experience, you know, I get a lot of feedback and I have a lot of conversations with many people who have different views and opinions. Whenever people come with you with their feedback and views and opinions, how do you weed out what works for you, what doesn't, and form your own?
You know, I was always kind of taught to just listen to everything. You don't know what the person's going to bring to you, and you don't know what it's going to mean until you take it in. So to just kind of block everything out in the beginning, you know, you kind of listen to it, take it in, take it for what it's worth before you can actually decide if it works for you or not, right? So, you know, I don't have a lot of referee contacts yet. You know, I do have some, and I've talked to like Scott Johnson in Phoenix a little bit here.
Great guy.
And Odie Brown was in Phoenix for a show, and you know, he gave me some advice, and it's just, I think everyone has something to teach, whether they have one match or 1,000 matches, you know, and good or bad. So you just got to take it all in and just kind of decide if that's right for you or not.
Oh yeah, Scott is definitely, he's one of my mentors. The first time I refereed, he was one of the ones, him and the referee Jeff out there at AOW really helped me out, and that actually led to whenever I went to Championship Wrestling from Arizona. There's Scott, there's Jeff again, and then, you know, I meet Nick, and I was lucky. I fell into have some really great referee mentors, and I'm also in that Zebra Talk group on Facebook. That's a wonderful resource for referees. So if you're a referee, you're not a part of Zebra Talk on Facebook, make sure you hit one of us up. Let us get you in there. There's so many great guys and so much great advice. And
that was the first thing Odie Brown got to me. He got me to join that group, and you know, like I said, I've talked to them. I haven't got to work with them nearly enough, because right around the time I was starting to get really involved, you know, the Corona thing hit and we kind of shut down. So that Zebra Talk really was really good, getting to work with people like, you know, Bryce and Brittany and you know, all of those people that had all the live sessions and everything else. It was really informative and really good.
Yeah, that leads us into something good. The pandemic that hit kind of just shut down the entire wrestling business as well as the world, but, you know, it's all about us. It's wrestling.
Right.
Man, how did that really affect you? Like, what happened? Take me through that. Whenever you saw we're coming to something weird and then it shut down. I mean, what were you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, personally, from a professional level, right? So I have an IT job, and they sent us all home. We were working from home, so it didn't really affect a whole lot there. But as far as, you know, on the other side of things, you know, we have, you know, sickness in the family and people in Virginia that were really sick, and so I had to go visit them and come back and actually went through a little quarantine from home, because it was right in the middle of March, and so I came home. I had to go through a little quarantine, and I ended up getting sick. Oh, no. You know, so I was quarantined even longer. So I literally had a month of just me in my apartment by myself. My wife and my son had to move out. You know, they were already out when I got home.
Yeah.
So moved out, and man, it was brutal. You know, and then the wrestling thing. You know, as far as that goes, it was rough, because, you know, even if there's not matches, we're in the gym once or twice, 3 times a week sometimes, and so you couldn't even do that. And it was, I'm not someone that has to be out doing something all the time, so I was good with staying home. It was just there was no option to do something if you wanted to, right? And that was the hardest part. Was for me was. You're just getting into the swing of things, right? There was this show. We had another show coming up, the big one with Party Hard and AWF and Zealot, which was going to be huge, and that got canceled. And God, it was just brutal to know.
Yeah. I was sad about that weekend because I was supposed to be there as well. Oh man. So you're about 6 months into actually working. What would you say so far is your most favorite experience?
It would have to be the match I did with Owen and Damien. It was AWF championship match, and had to take a ref bump on my first. It was my first card, so it wasn't bad, but they were very helpful and everything else. And I think that first card really was my favorite moment, other than actually making the decision to do it, right? But it was just a good night. It was an outdoor event, nice and cool, and the lights and the stars and everything else, and it was just really neat. It was really cool to be able to actually do it. And that was like my WrestleMania moment, or whatever you want to call it, right? There wasn't more than 200 people out there, but it was amazing, and it was awesome, and it was a great time, and I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, there's something about holding that belt up for a championship match. It's just it's big. I don't know, it's great. Things are opening back up. You're out here for a show this weekend. It's amazing. I know Arizona's opened back up. I'm seeing stuff start rolling there. What do you see your next 6 months in the business?
I hope to do AWS shows in Phoenix. I would love to come out to Vegas more often. I love traveling. I'll jump in a car and drive up, and there's a lot of promotions in Phoenix that I would love to be a part of on their shows, and I'm someone that likes to be involved, whether it's reffing or just being there, setting up and being a part of it. The whole experience to me it's kind of a relief from everything else that's going on, right? It's that time where all the stress goes away. So even when we're training in the gym, it's just 3 hours of no worries, nothing. And, but to get that experience and to work with multiple companies would be something that I really would hope I can do going forward.
You hear that, promoters? He said he enjoys setup.
Yeah, that's not tear down, set up. No, just kidding.
All right. Well, I know this was last minute. We got a show to get ready for. Is there anything else you want to say? Anything you want to put over? Got any social media links?
I probably should have had something to push out there. I'm on Instagram, Abie the Ref. I think that's my name, Abie the Ref.
I'll find it. I'll put a little thing down here or something for you.
I do have Instagram, Facebook, things like that. And I wish I was a little more into the marketing of myself as far as a referee goes. But this was totally unexpected, and it's such an awesome thing to be able to do at the last second. So,
well, I'm glad you could come. Appreciate you taking me up on my offer to come out here and do this. Man, like I said, I've been following you. We had some good preliminary conversations, and you seem like good people. And the footage I've seen, I vouch for you. Yeah. So don't let me down today.
Definitely won't do that.
and hopefully, people watching this either in Arizona or Las Vegas, you got another referee choice. I know Vegas, we've only got 4 or 5 mainstays for 3 promotions. So, yeah, I appreciate the time, man.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Have a good one. Find this shirt and more, including the I Survived the 2020 Wrestling Shutdown, at storefrontier.com/WrestleVegas. storefrontier.com/WrestleVegas.